To say 2024 was a big year for Oasis fans is an understatement. From the collaboration between Liam Gallagher and John Squire, to the Oasis nomination for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees list, to the eventual reunion announcement, there was a lot of Oasis news to talk about this year. This is your Oasis 2024 year in review. On January 1st, Noel Gallagher released In a Little While and Love Will Tear Us Apart. The year 2024 started out really strong for Oasis fans with 2 new demo tracks released by Noel Gallagher on New Year's Day, In a Little While, which was an original track, and his cover of Joy Division's Love Will Tear Us Apart. This was continuing his tradition of giving us some new music to start out the year. Both tracks were absolutely fantastic, and it was a nice little cap off to the Council Skies era. On January 5th, Liam Gallagher and John Squire released Just Another Rainbow. This was the announcement of the new collaboration between Liam Gallagher and John Squire, 2 of the biggest UK rock gods finally coming together. And the first single, Just Another Rainbow, was a solid introduction to get us primed for the album that would come out in March. On January 22nd, Noel Gallagher confirmed an acoustic solo album. Noel said on his friend Matt Morgan's podcast that he had a new acoustic-based album in the works, saying that he moved out all electronics out of his studio, leaving only acoustic instruments. He would later say that he scrapped the acoustic album in favor of an anthemic rock album, but more on that later. On January 26th, Liam Gallagher and John Squire released Mars to Liverpool. This one was a much stronger single, in my opinion, than Just Another Rainbow, and still one of the best tracks on their debut album. This one combines Liam's Oasis-y vocals with John Squire's signature guitar riffery. It's also on this day that they announced their UK and international tour dates that started off at Glasgow's Barrowlands and then moved on to venues in the UK, France, Italy, and one lone gig in North America in Brooklyn, New York. On February 11th, Oasis were put on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees nominations list. That's right, Oasis were part of the initial list of nominees to be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2024, along with artists like Cher, Mariah Carey, Dave Matthews Band, Foreigner, Kool and the Gang, and more. And although it would be the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction committee who would decide who would get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2024, there was an online vote component as well, and fans were told to go online to vote once a day for their favorite band. Unfortunately, the band did not make the inductees list for 2024, but considering both Liam and Noel showed very little interest in being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it's no surprise. And on March 1st, Liam Gallagher and John Squire released their self-titled debut album. The album was a solid entry into the Gallagher canon, even if it wasn't the best music either musician, Liam Gallagher or John Squire, has put out. It did have some really catchy songs on it and some artwork that fans criticized. Either way, it's pretty crazy when you think about it. In 2024, we got a Liam Gallagher and John Squire album and an Oasis reunion. Not a bad year. On April the 5th, the Black Keys released Ohio Players. The latest album from the Black Keys featured 2 songs co-written by Noel Gallagher, On the Game and Only Love Matters. Noel would go on to perform with the Black Keys live at their show at the Brixton Academy in May, performing both tracks, and he also appeared with the Black Keys when they performed on television on Later with Jules Holland. On April the 8th, Noel Gallagher announced that he scrapped his acoustic album and he's going rock. After saying that he had an acoustic album ready earlier in the year, Noel did a complete 180 and said he scrapped it for a quote-unquote rock album. You know, if you want to do rock, I think there's one singer that you can call for that. His name is Liam Gallagher. And then when you think about it in hindsight, is this the first clue that we got that Oasis was reuniting? It kind of seems like it. On April the 12th, Oasis launched Oasis MyNet. Speaking of clues about the eventual Oasis reunion, file this one under that banner as well. Oasis and their management had fans sign up to their new mailing list as the new home for Oasis fans across the world, called Oasis MyNet. And when you think about it, come on, great way to get fans prepared for what would come just a few months later, the reunion announcement. You know, think about it. That way, when it was announced, us fans would be ready and good to go for all the communications and everything coming for the band when they reunited. Is very, very sneaky indeed. On April the 12th, Oasis released a 30th anniversary edition of their debut single, Supersonic. In advance of the 30th anniversary edition of their debut album, Definitely Maybe, they released a limited edition 7-inch vinyl and CD of the first single, pretty much an exact replica of the OG single. Really nice for fans who didn't have it yet. On April the 20th, Noel Gallagher released Magic Secrets No. 2 for Record Store Day. These were the demos that Noel released on New Year's Day. They were compiled onto a 7-inch single. And I don't usually do Record Store Day, but even I went to the record store to pick this one up. The artwork on this release was courtesy of Noel's son, Donovan, who also did the artwork for Magic Secrets No. 1. And it's always great to get some digital released tracks from Noel released on vinyl. On June the 1st, Liam Gallagher launched his Definitely Maybe anniversary tour, celebrating 30 years of the classic debut Oasis album. He kicked things off in Sheffield and then capped it all off in Manchester later in the month. And it had a pretty awesome set list for Oasis fans, especially the hardcores, including deep cuts like Do You Want to Be a Spaceman, Cloudburst, I Will Believe, and Lock All the Doors. And then on August the 27th, we got the Oasis reunion announcement. This was the day it all went down. After 15 long years, the Gallagher brothers buried the hatchet, at least as far as we know, and announced a reunion tour and hopefully, fingers crossed, a reunion album as well. Yes, I'm pretty sure the entire world blew up when this news came out that the Gallagher brothers were getting back together for the Live 25 tour in 2025. But there are still some questions out there as to who will be in the lineup when the band gets back together next year, what songs are going to play, and more questions like that. And then, of course, getting tickets would prove to be even harder for a lot of fans, as pretty much expected. But the important thing is Oasis is back together. Hell yeah. On August the 30th, we got the Definitely Maybe 30th anniversary reissue. Came in a super big deluxe edition with the long-famed Mono Valley sessions and other goodies from the Definitely Maybe recording sessions. It also featured new artwork from Brian Cannon at Microdot. We got to celebrate the album that started it all 30 years ago. And between that and the reunion announcement that week, it was a pretty good week for Oasis fans. On August the 31st, 2024, tickets went on sale for the UK and Ireland reunion tour. And that good week would soon lead to turmoil as tickets went on sale for the Oasis Live 25 reunion tour in the UK and Ireland, kicking off in Cardiff, Wales on July the 4th, 2025. Buying tickets was a nightmare for most, with virtual queues and dynamic pricing, and scalpers getting most of the tickets as usual. It just goes to show you how ridiculous buying concert tickets is in 2024. For those who did get tickets to the tour, we salute you. And on October the 1st, we got the North American Oasis reunion tour announcement. This was the big day for North American fans like me, with dates announced in LA, Toronto, New York, Chicago, and Mexico City. We knew it was coming, and then it happened. Tickets eventually went on sale for pre-sale fans on October the 3rd, and I nervously queued up with all the other North American fans, got in the virtual queue with my palms sweating and my fingers twitching. It was a harrowing adventure, but I did get tickets to go see Oasis next year in Toronto. It took a lot to get there, but bring on 2025. And on October the 7th, the band announced their Australian Live 25 tour dates. We got a few Australian dates in Sydney and Melbourne in November of 2025. And just like every other date on the reunion tour, they sold out almost instantly. On October the 10th, the band released some awesome singles box sets. The band announced a Japan-only singles box set, combining all of the band's single releases from over their career on 7-inch vinyl in 2 different sets. And then on their website, the band also released a Definitely Maybe 7-inch singles box set for the 30th anniversary in the style of the old cigarette-style CD boxes that they released in the 1990s. I do have those ones in my collection. It was limited to only 4,000 copies or so, of course, and so all the fancy box sets sold out almost instantly. On October the 16th, 2024, Oasis confirmed the support for their UK tour. We got confirmation that the Verve's Richard Ashcroft and UK Favorites cast would be opening the UK and Ireland reunion dates. Previously in the year, we got the announcement that Cage the Elephant would be opening up all the North American tour dates. And the band kind of received a little bit of flack for not giving up-and-coming indie bands a chance to open up for them at the reunion shows. But as Liam said, there are levels to this game. And then on November 5th and 22nd, we got the final dates announced for the Oasis Live 25 reunion tour in South America and Asia. The last of the tour dates were announced for Argentina, Chile, and Brazil in November of 2025. And then we have Japan and South Korea in October of next year. And barring any unforeseen announcements coming for the rest of the year from Oasis, those are the big news stories that we heard from the band in 2024. It was a crazy year of news for Oasis fans. 2025 is shaping up to be even more exciting as the Live 25 tour takes off across the world, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get new music from Oasis. Either way, I'll be talking about all of it here on the channel, so stay tuned.